Cindy Rushton, and I'm on the go. I am heading up I-65 to go to my sweet beloved Whitney's lingerie shower. Yes, Whitney is Matthew's fiance, and today we get to celebrate their marriage that is just a little over a month from now. And I have to tell you guys, today it's a strange thing because they've picked their apartment, they've signed the lease, they've gotten engaged, they've done so many things that have been memorable the past few months. But today, I think it's just this dark reality of that this is that day I have been praying for so long. You know, I remember praying when Matthew was just a baby in my arms for the woman that he would marry. And I'm probably going to cry. But Whitney's that one. She's it. Goodness, is so perfect. You know, I've said it before, and I think it's very interesting, but, you know, seriously, if I could have molded her and made her perfect for my son, I could not have made her any more perfect than God has. Of course, He's the one that molds and makes us, but I could not have made her any more perfect than God has made her. She's amazing. Today, I'm just thinking about the legacy that we're passing to this precious girl. We're passing our son to her. I remember years ago hearing a teaching by one of my dear friends, Gladys Villeneuve. She's from Georgia. And boy, she had one that really shook me up. It was a series that was your son, my son-in-law, your daughter, my daughter-in-law. And I remember when I first heard that series thinking, oh my goodness, I've really got a big task, a big call ahead of me to train up someone's husband, someone's daughter. And today, I was listening to a song just a few moments ago. I just think it's awful interesting how God orchestrates every detail to where it's just that day where if you pay attention and hear His sweet, small voice, that you'll have a day to celebrate, a day to really think, a day to go back over your history, a day to go back over all the things God's done. But I was listening to this bonus track, of all things, to John Waller's new CD. Hold on, I've got to adjust this air conditioning. It's cold in here. I was listening to this soundtrack, and as I was listening to this, one of the songs in it, I don't even know the name of the song, but I was thinking back through how worth it is today to have fought for my marriage, to have pushed through the tough stuff, to have overcome the obstacles, to have pushed past all the hindrances, to have become one with my precious husband, and the legacy we have now that we're passing on to Whitney, to Matthew, so that they can now begin to run that race together, so they can fight that fight, and they can build a legacy together. And I don't know who needs this, but God was moving on my heart. You know, I'm riding down the road, minding my own business, worshiping, and God just moved on my heart that somebody needs to know that marriage is worth fighting for. It's not worth fighting against each other. I don't mean that. I mean it's worth fighting for. It's worth fighting your flesh. It's worth fighting against the push of the culture. It's worth fighting against your moods and the way that you feel. It's worth fighting past the problems. It's worth fighting the enemy when he assaults you and assaults your spouse. It's worth fighting for that man or that woman that you're married to who needs you armed and ready for battle on their behalf. You know, Harold and I were in rubbish just over 10 years ago. Just 10 years ago. We were in rubbish. We were in a mess of our own making. And there were days that it was really hard to move on, to press on, to just do that next day. It was really tough. And yet now I look and I think, goodness, look where we are. You know, our nest is empty. The kids, Matthew's getting married in just a little over a month. And our marriage, I believe, is worth passing down to the next generation. I pray that they will run the race faithfully, that they will push past the tough times, that they will join hands and they will fight the good fight together. Well, you guys, I have no idea who needs to hear this, but today it's worth getting up and going again. It's worth fighting that fight. Your legacy's worth it. Your marriage is worth it. And you won't always be where you are. It just gets better and better. Recently, I did a talk for the Marriage 911 series. I have a study course that goes over 2 years and actually continues through a lifetime, but each month I deliver audios and content, and that's just different lessons that I really do believe make a difference in whether our marriages will soar or whether they will crash. And the difference between aerobatics and crashing is all in knowing how to fly. How to fly. But anyway, I had gotten a sweet letter, and one of my students for that course was a brand new. She's about to get married in just a couple of weeks, and she was asking me, Cindy, is there a happy ever after? Her mom and dad are right now going through a very tough divorce, and her mom is, of course, very wounded and hurt. And she was wanting to know, is this just a dream that I will never have as a reality? I want to know now. And she wanted to know now because she didn't want to get her hopes up if it was just another fairy tale. Well, sweet friends, it's not a fairy tale. It is a reality. It's God's reality for you. It's God's reality for all those that come beyond you, your children, your grandchildren, the people you influence even every day at the stores or at Walmart, at your church, at your support group. It's a reality that each of us can have if we will grasp on to all God has for us. You know, Jesus Christ paid the ultimate price so we could have happier and happier ever after marriages. You know, Harold and I've talked about it through the years, especially the last few years as our kids have gotten grown. And we love each other more and more every day. We're happier and happier every day than we've ever been. You know, I heard a teaching not long ago where a preacher was saying that, to have that new love, that young love, and how those are your happiest days. Well, I have to say, it wasn't too happy for us. We were just getting to know each other. We were getting over our childhood. We were getting over the wounds of the past relationships that we had. I don't know that was really very happy at all. I mean, we were happy, don't get me wrong, but it's not like today where we are beginning to have we've gone through all these different seasons and we're beginning to have that real forever love. It's a different place. It's a place that, yes, it does get happier and happier if we'll stick it out, if we'll fight for what we want, and we want that, don't we? If we will let things go that will destroy and tear our marriages apart, if we will exterminate the termites that want to eat away at our homes, if we will just step up and step forward as mighty warriors fighting for our legacy. Well, you guys, I'm going to go back to worship. Again, I'm riding up I-65, counting down just a few minutes till the lingerie shower, which totally excites me. I'll tell you more about that later, maybe. But, oh my, I just pray today that you are refreshed, renewed. Sit back and maybe contemplate what a blessing your marriage is. And decide today you're going to fight for that marriage, that you're going to stand firm, that you're going to give it your very best, that you're going to be intentional, that you're going to invest everything you've got into making your marriage great. Well, you guys, I love you, and thanks for taking this leg of the journey with me, and I'll talk to you again later. Bye-bye.